Welcome back, Gundam guys and Gundam gals. PatrickGrade here from GGInfiniteNews.com. This time, bringing you a review for the D-Arts Megaman X Full Armor version. This came out just last week, I believe, and it's now available on GGInfiniteNews.com. Here's a quick look at the box. Got some nice gold foil going on and some pretty dramatic designs here. On the back, some simple shots of the full armor in different poses. Have a couple different head variations and stuff going on there. And that's pretty much for the box itself. Let's take a look inside. So this is my first experience with the D-Arts figure. I'm not real sure what to look for here. Maybe some instructions in this little guy. This just shows how to connect everything, how to change out the different facial expressions, remove and reattach the different arms and the fire blast effect parts. So nothing too fancy there. This is a pretty solidly packed clamshell here. Unlike Revoltech, they use a lot less space. A couple different layers of packaging stacked on top. On the bottommost layer, we have these two different facial expressions, a couple different hand poses, and some upgraded arm buster cannon things, as well as a base. Then on the inside, we have the Megaman figure itself, as well as several pretty dynamic effect parts. This thing is quite heavy and looks pretty awesome. This is definitely a charged up buster beam rifle, or buster beam blast. And here's a quick 3-shot as he's falling down, gets off 3 blasts, and the cool little angled piece there. So here's a look at the Megaman X full armor version out of the packaging. Let's take a quick look at the color scheme and the articulation. So first of all, I was really impressed with the amount of color applications we have going on here. There's quite a few different colors. Starting at the bottom of the feet have a bright silver, as well as some clear red effect parts. Then on top of the feet, we have a dark blue. And then the ankle armor, a gold leaf kind of paint job here. The big piece of plastic is a white, kind of a eggshell white. I repeated the dark blue. Then on the knee joints we have a dark gray, a light blue, more gold here in the crotch. I repeated the light blue. And then the blaster arm has red, gold, clear orange, and white, as well as black. And then more of the white and black and blue in the mid-torso. And then the head repeats the gold paint, as well as a clear red jewel, and green eyes, and some skin tone color for the skin. And then the ear, we have clear red pieces for the ears as well. I'd recommend you guys be really careful taking this out of the packaging and moving the joints for the first time. A lot of them are very stiff, and I have a feeling that it can possibly break if you put too much pressure on it. So just go real slow trying to move the joints for the first time, specifically the lower or the upper arm joint here, and the knee joints, and the waist articulation there, or the hip articulation rather. And this joint here was a little stiff. So the shoulders can go 360, and they're on a ball joint there, so we get a decent amount of rocking action. The elbow joints can bend quite a bit. It's got a pretty unique joint system here, so a lot of room for moving around. We have I don't know, 2 or 3 point hinge system, so that can bend up quite a bit. And it attaches just a little simple peg there and here. Just have to get it lined right. So that's the same for both arms. The shoulders can bend up that far. The head may be able to do 360, but it feels kind of tight, so I don't want to force it. So we have the upper neck and the lower neck movement. It's quite a bit there. So we have articulation at the torso, just below the breastbone and above the waist, so you can get some bending action going on. And you can't do a full 360, but that really isn't necessary. The lower hips are kind of swivel around that way. Have a little forward backward movement there. The knee is similar to the elbow, to where you can get a full 180 bend there. And the ankle, I can't really tell what's going on inside. I don't know if it is meant to come apart or not, but there's a couple different points of, there's kind of a sliding hinge there and something else, but quite a bit of movement for such a big foot. But there's no mid-foot break or anything, so this is just a solid piece. So again, be real careful pulling around the box for the first time and moving the major joints. I would take my time in doing so. But quite a bit of articulation and really impressive color scheme. The figure is pretty light, most of the weight being in the feet and the waist, it seems like here. But it's real solid on the ground, so it stands real easily. But with those big feet and nice weight balance, this guy stands up really well. Gets a pretty crazy balance going on. That's pretty much knees, you know, a chair position kind of pose. But really nicely balanced. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the first part of this review here. I have several different accessories to go over and several different ways to use each accessory. So I have a little bit more to go over than I have time for in the one video. So stay tuned for tomorrow evening or Saturday morning when I'll get the second part of this video up. I'll go over the accessories, the different combinations, as well as quite a few poses and thoughts on this kit. So stay tuned, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.